Known as the summer capital of the Philippines, the city attracts people from all over the country. Reports show that around 30,000 to 60,000 people visit Baguio every week, and that is only during normal weeks. During holidays such as Holy Week and Christmas, the number of visitors increases dramatically, reaching 80,000 to as many as 150,000 tourists. One of the major industries in Baguio is transportation. With thousands of tourists visiting Baguio and locals who live far away from the city proper, there is a constant demand for public transportation. Because of this, the taxi industry continues to play an important role in keeping the city moving. But behind this everyday system are stories that often go unheard. Stories that call not only for attention, but action. As members of the youth, we are not just observers, but we are the voices in defending the rights of the workers. One of our drivers is Manong Totoy, not his real name.
Tawagin niyo po akong Totoy. 23 years old po ako. Taxi driver po ako. Apektado kaming taxi driver dahil ang taas ng krudo. Kapag ipapasa kasi namin yung taxi, kailangan i-full tank. Ang taas-taas ng krudo ngayon.
Manong Totoy is one of the youth already facing the realities of life. Taxi drivers work long hours to meet this demand. Many drivers begin their shifts early in the morning, often around 5 a.m. and ends at 8 p.m. But some also have 24-hour shifts. Before the city wakes up, Manong Totoy is already on the road. For the youth, understanding these struggles is the first step toward becoming active defenders of human rights.
3:30 po ako bangon para mag-prepare. 3:30 kasi kailangan pang kumain at babiyahe papunta sa garahe. Medyo malayo-layo pa siya.
Mga gaano kalayo po yung garahe niyo?
Mga 7 kilometer na.
However, as transportation demand continues to grow, drivers in Baguio City face another challenge: the increasing price of fuel. As gasoline and diesel prices rise, drivers must spend more money just to keep their vehicles running, reducing the income they take home to their families.
Yung price ng diesel dati, 62. Ngayon, halos 90 na. Nag-umpisa sa 60 plus 10, ganun, 70, hanggang sa maging 90. Gaya yung hawak ko, Innova. Dati kasi kumakarga ako ng 1.2. Pag 168 kilometer yung tinakbo ko, ang ginogross ko lang, gross yung total na pinagkikitaan. Okay na sa amin yung 4K para 1.5 boundary. Tapos magkakarga ka lang mga, sabi mo, 1.2. Bali, plus car wash, yung matitira doon, sa'yo na. Ngayon, nung nag-gross ako ng 4K, 1.8 plus boundary na 1.5, halos natira sa akin, 300, 400. Iba pa yung pang car wash dun, na 120. Halos matitira sa'yo doon, wala na eh. Wala na eh, talaga eh.
So bakit biglang nalungkot po kayo?
Nakagulat. Nagsend sila sa GC namin. 110 na pala yung diesel ngayon.
Because of the increase of fuel prices, less tourists visit Baguio, resulting to a struggle among taxi drivers since fewer passengers mean lower earnings. Taxi drivers aren't just facing inconvenience, they are struggling for their basic human rights to earn a living and provide for their families. Addressing these struggles isn't just economic. It's a matter of human dignity and rights protection. Let us see how Manong Totoy is doing.
Nagantay ako ng pasero. Mahirap kasi umalis ng walang pasero. Matatalo ka sa diesel.
Bakit hindi na lang po kayo umikot-ikot?
Pag umikot-ikot ka, wala nang mangyayari. Naku. Kailangan, pagdating mo ng pasero mo, steady ka dyan, magantay ka ng backload. Kasi kunyari, chinek ko doon. Tapos wala, edi mas lalong nadagdagan yung diesel mo. Check ka doon. Mas maganda, magantay ka na lang.
So, laging may pila talaga ng taxi?
Oo.
O ngayon lang?
Simula nung nagtaas kasi, talagang pila-pila na lang yung labanan ngayon eh.
Not long after, Manong Totoy's taxi trip was suddenly interrupted, forcing him to cancel his work for the day. It turned out that all drivers were required to process their documents for the government's fuel subsidy program. And today was the final deadline.
Nung alas 12, hindi na kami nakabiyahe kasi biglang meron yung subsidy. Kaya nag-apply kami doon sa LTFRB. Alas 12 hanggang alas 5 kami doon. Halos ilang oras kami nagantay, nakapila, ang daming tao. Magkano lang kinita ko ngayon?
Pero magkano yung boundary mo?
Sa boundary, mag-uusap na lang daw kami ni sir eh. At sa tingin ko, tong kikitain ko, pang diesel ko lang eh.
Kung ngayon, magkano kaya yung kita mo?
Kasi sira yung biyahe namin eh. Biglang, kasi kapag di kami pumunta doon sa may LTFRB, ngayong araw lang kasi daw yung subsidy na kailangan mong mag-apply. Ang kinita ko ngayon, simula umaga, yun nga, walang katao-tao, ang hirap nung biyahe. Magkano lang kinita ko? Bali 1987 lang. Simula nung umaga, oo, hanggang alas 12. Dati naman, hindi naman ganyan dapat eh.
So, yung tanong ko, para may mauwi kang 200, 300, sakali lang, sa tingin mo magkano sana yung boundary?
Sa akin kasi, titignan namin kung magkano matitira sa 19. At doon namin pag-uusapan.
Diyan mo babase.
Oo.
Hindi magbibigay ng price si operator nyo. I-check nyo muna kung ilan ang kinita nyo kahit pa paano.
Oo, ganun yun.
So medyo maayos naman.
Oo, kasi alam ka naman, di ba, 19. 19 lang kinita natin buong araw. Hindi rin naman dapat to 19 kasi meron nga kaming malagang kailangan puntahan yung sa LTFRB. Kasi ngayon lang, etong araw lang daw na to ngayon. Bukas wala na.
According to his fellow drivers under the same taxi company, the announcement came late, leaving them with no choice but to comply at the last minute. While the subsidy offers some relief, Manong Totoy remains worried. With his trip cut short, he wasn't able to earn enough money to cover his boundary for the day.
Paano pa? Pag boundary na rin yan, wala na. Parehas kaming taxi driver ni Papa. Kaso parehas kami dalang nahihirapan. Kami yung source of income. Parehas kaming dalawa na walang may uwi. Para mas gumaan, sana bumaba yung boundary. Pero sa operator pa rin sila pa rin yung magdidesisyon. Pero sana nga. Kung tataas yung pamasahe, pwede siguro, pero wala pang announcement eh.
Anong reaction mo sa pagtaas na kung magtataas yung pamasahe?
Medyo mabigat po kasi sa ngayon kulang na din po yung baon na binibigay kasi maraming expenses sa school, like mga project, ganun. Tapos, syempre, kulang pa sa pagkain yung, 20 pesos, kulang na nga sa pagkain. Paano pa pag tumaas yung pamasahe, tas medyo malayo yung bahay mo?
Para yung Russia at Ukraine, ako mag-labor na magtabas-tabas din.
Ayun, tumawag si sir. Kasi naintindihan niya naman yung biyahe namin kanina. Nasira yung oras namin. Tapos tumawag siya na, sige, libre ko muna yung boundary nyo ngayon. So, okay naman. Diba? May uwi kami na may natira sa akin, mga 400 ata. Ay, big help yun. Malaking bagay. Thank you, sir. Pero sa susunod na biyahe, problemahin ko na naman to. Magagawa, grind ulit.
The right to fair working conditions, a decent standard of living, and social protection are not privileges. They are fundamental rights. Yet, for many drivers, these rights are becoming harder to attain. Their stories remind us that progress should not come at expense of those who keep our cities moving. For the youth who are already working and facing challenges, your stories inspires us all. And for the youth, this is more than just a story to watch. It is call to action, to listen, to speak, to stand for those voices often unheard. In the end, the question is not just about fuel prices, but about how society chooses to value and protect the people behind the wheel.